quite that way. It was me that went away. I grew up in a big city, wishing I was on the range. All the folks that knew me well, they knew I'd never change. So I went to Dodge City and way up in Jackson Hole, at places way out west where no one ever goes. When I came across this mountain where noisy water flows, the best kept secret in the world, in South New Mexico. It's the best kept secret in the world, 'cause it's a real Shangri-La. It's not close to any interstate, but you can get there in a car. I first came in '85, I came back in '93. This White Mountain, Sacramento, it's home to me.
Actually, yes, it was a very special day because two of our good friends here were married yesterday, Kathleen and Bob. We want to make a toast to them. Here's one for each of you. Here you go, Bob. I'd like to make a toast to Bob and Kathleen, that you are good friends and you are good people, and we hope that you have a long and happy life together. Amen.
Thank you.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
2 times the charm.
Yeah, second time's the charm, guys. And Ginny, happy birthday.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
strapped on a gun every day. Shot down a man on the West Texas line. Oh, you ought to see Billy get away. You ought to see Billy get away. He rode into Lincoln on the Capitan Ridge, thought he would surely be free. Long came Pat Garrett with a gun in his hand, saying, Billy, Come along with me, boy. Billy, come along with me.
Legend has, okay? It's real shaky. I don't know if I believe it or not, but legend has it that after Brady was killed out here, that the Justice of the Peace, Squire Wilson, fired a shot that went through Billy's thigh. It's very questionable if it was Billy the Kid or if it was Jim French, but a lot of people like to believe it was Billy the Kid. And he ran down the alley and to the back door, and the story says that the clerk, Sam Corbett, let him in. This was Corbett's bedroom. That Corbett wrapped a piece of silk around the wound. He moved his bed out of the way, cut this hole in the floor, which you can, right there, it goes way back there, hid Billy under the floor and scooped the bed back over. And by the time the townspeople trailed blood to the back of the store and came in, they searched the store and couldn't find him. This picture. This, of course, is William H. Bonney, alias Billy the Kid. This is the only authenticated picture of Billy the Kid. We did a photo authentication. I say we, I attended it. It was put on by the Lincoln County Heritage Trust about 12 years ago. And what they did, they brought in 500 experts from all over the world. There were...
A bit closer, yeah.
To it. We brought in all these experts, and there were computer experts, there were forensic doctors, there were tintype experts. And what they did, they took this particular picture and computerized it to get the bone structure. And then they spent the next 3 days doing nothing but overlapping pictures onto the computer, onto this bone structure, and none of them matched. Okay? So to this day, this is still the only authenticated picture of Billy the Kid.
Now this legend, it travels from the west to the east, from the north to the south end of town. When the sun comes up tomorrow, Billy's days done. Old Pat shoot young Billy down and drag him to his burying ground.
Yeah, just up the Lincoln State.
Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. Hi-Yo Silver, away! With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early West. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. The Lone Ranger rides again.
I'll see you next week.
There's a place I know that I can go, where man still has room to roam, where the air's still clear and the sky's still blue, and the red man calls it home. Some of us were born here, and some of us just came to these mountains through the valleys in a soft New Mexico rain. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where the mountains touch the sun. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where you and nature can be one. There's a farmer in the valley, he's as happy as can be. The pretty dark-eyed senorita works beside him in their fields, and the dust has hardly settled from those trail drives long ago. You can hear those cowboys singing, lie low, little doggies, lie low. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where the mountains touch the sun. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where you and nature can be one. Now that sun, it's slowly sinking o'er this wide and peaceful land, and it's gonna paint a picture in the sky for you and me. And the colors, oh so rich and so rare, enfold this graceful land. And it makes me wish that I was here when God made these mountains with his hand. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where the mountains touch the sun. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where you and nature can be one. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where the mountains touch the sun. I'll spend my days in New Mexico, where you and nature can be one. Where the desert meets the mountains, and the mountains touch the sun. Thank you very much.